computer. Okay. All right. Here we go. This is about what we're really going to focus on today is just creating more space in ourselves. So we're going to, in the beginning, just focus on our breath and really thinking about getting more in our inhale. Okay, so we're really going to take our time. We're going to do these waterfall breaths where we like work 1/3 at a time on our inhale and just creating spaces in our body, and then filling them with strength and just feeling that. And then we're going to go ahead, take that to some work with a quick workout today. So we're going to do a 15, it might be a little bit shorter just because we talked a bit here and I have to get moving, but we'll see what happens when we get there. But probably about an 8 to 10 minute workout. Oh, you're gonna want one kettlebell out. Okay. I feel like if I don't move this up right now, then when I get moving, I won't be in the camera. Perfect. Okay. Thank you for your patience. So how we're gonna start this is you're gonna bring your palms down. Okay. I mean up. This is up. All right. And we're gonna just focus on pushing away those elbows. All right. And then giving our pelvis a slight tuck and then a lean back. So you might need to bring those elbows in actually. We should tuck and move back. And then we're gonna push away the floor with those elbows. And really imagine your collarbone being wide here, your chin nice and level so that you can access your breath here. We're gonna take an inhale and push away the floor for 1/3 of your breath. So inhale, pause, inhale another third, pause, and then inhale that last third. And then exhale, letting it all go. We're going to go for 4 more of these. So a nice big inhale, or sorry, 1/3 inhale, pause, another third, pushing away the floor, last third. Exhale, just letting that go, just feeling that more expansiveness that you can create. Inhale, in that torso. Inhale again. Inhale. Exhale, softly letting it go. Do that one more time. Inhale. 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 Exhale, letting it go. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale with those waterfall breaths again. And just listen for the cue on what we're going to do on our exhale. And then the last third. And now you're just going to exhale 1/3 and fully inhale without the pauses. Keeping that push away from the floor, opening up the chest. Exhale 1/3. Inhale fully. Feeling like you're creating the spaces and noticing how your exhale, and we're keeping a little bit of core on. Inhale again. Finding a little bit more spaces. One more of these. And then let's just go ahead, come up on all fours, maybe tuck in those toes. They might have been getting a good stretch. Rock forward and get into those wrists. Rocking this back and forth, keeping the cheekbones open. All right, just a nice smooth back and forth. And then we're just gonna shift that out, get those hands a little bit wider, curl those toes back in again. Now take that nice big inhale, pushing away the floor like we did with the elbows. Inhale again. Inhale. Inhale, and then exhale. Let's turn on that core with a nice soft exhale, keeping 1% in. We're going to inhale, 1% of that core engaged. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Keeping those cheekbones open, pressing that back, feeling a nice drag of your hands as the lats are activating here with an exhale. Inhale, push those hips back in a nice neutral spine, rib cage stacked over top of the pelvis. And this has all been created by your breath. Exhale. Noticing you're finding new spaces of yourself as you're coordinating with this breath. Really try and use your breath rather than your mind when you're in here. This takes some practice for sure. So the more you can show up in this, that would be some great homework for you, just to be coordinating with your breath. All right, let's go ahead and just bring our bodies into some movement. I like to bring my cat and cow into some circles here. If you prefer to stay in cat and cow, that's okay. I just want you to notice the new spaces you've created and add movement into it. Let's go ahead, hover this into a beast to down dog. So we're gonna come on in, push away the floor, curl those toes, cover those knees on that exhale. Inhale up here. Exhale, pull ourselves down like we just were. Find ourselves right back. If you found yourself here, or you found yourself, that you're not in the same position as you start, then let's go ahead and think about how we're rising those hip bones up to the ceiling where the wall meets the ceiling. Okay, so inhale, exhale, find that hover. Now just the seat bones are going up and you're pushing your head through the window of the arms. Notice my knees are bent here. Now, if I want to straighten this out, I'm reaching my seat bones up rather than pushing my heels down. So just really keeping that open cheeks, and then you can take that exhale to bring it down. Play with it. Maybe you need to have some inhales and exhales. If you need to reset every time, that's awesome. Notice that, honor that, listen to that. Nice. And then we'll just do one more of these, just firing things up. We'll find ourselves in a bigger plank. So we're going to go out nice and long, finding this plank position. All right. And then from here, bring one leg up, the other leg up, and stand up. Okay. The reason I want us to feel that is we are going to be doing some burpees today. So let's go ahead and practice that again. Okay. So we're going to come on in, and I want you to notice if this is available. So can you bring this leg up and then this leg up and then stand up? If it's not, I want you to see some options here, okay? We want to find ourselves in postures that feel good, okay? And that we want to create space. So when we do burpees, if you're finding yourself crunching and getting in closer, that's actually not going to be good for the nervous system, and it's not going to think burpees are available. It's going to think that they're always hard. So if we're in this plank position, okay, and that's a struggle for you, what would happen if you brought a knee down and then a leg up and then stood up? Give that a try, okay? And then can you get down the same way? That's perfect too. Okay, let's try that again. Even if you have burpees, there's nothing wrong with doing this because it reminds us what we want to happen. Okay, so go ahead and do that one more time. Or if it's available, what I want you to notice is that we can hinge and then a squat, and then we jump those legs back, and then we would jump them back in. Okay, so that's what we're doing in burpees. So I'll move some things out of the way. Now, if you're wanting to be doing burpees and this doesn't necessarily, this feels like it gets too cumbersome in your body, you don't have spaces, what would happen if you went into a squat? Or sorry, you can like hinge, put a knee down, come on out, find a plank, bring that back, and stand it up. I really want you to take time to notice what's going to be your right one. Okay, so burpees are our warm-up today. Okay, so just noticing a hinge, a squat. All right, putting those hands. Which way are you doing it? Take a couple more just to get to know what's going to be the right one for you. Coordinating with your breath. We were using inhales to find space. You got that. Yeah. So burpees. And another thing is that you can always have something near you, right? So like if you needed to, this could be happening with a raised floor. All right. I really want this to make sure that you feel like you're creating space in your body and not using the burpees to think that they have to be hard, because that's training your nervous system, training your subconscious that there is no space and we have to constrict, and it is hard work. So today is all about creating spaces and feeling strong. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. That's part of our workout today. But then I want us to find the floor today and notice that we also in that want to feel really resilient into the floor. So I'm going to invite you right now just to start to think about putting your ankles forward. Okay, just putting your ankles forward, noticing what's available there, feeling what's available, and really trying to smooth it out. These little bit of bounces, you'll see also what's happening as the knees are going forward. I have my feet rooted. Okay, so I really want to think about those feet being rooted. Okay, there's a lot of pressure you can feel going forward, right? What we need to also include is the hips going back. Okay, so now knees and ankles and hips are going back. Start to feel some new sensations in the body. Be very aware of it. Okay, maybe you need a little shakeout. What I want us to notice also is when we include those hips, can we keep the inside edges of our feet engaged to the floor and just feel that difference? Notice that we create some spaces here. Okay, awesome. Now let's take what we just did in our core, because we want to keep space up in here. Let's add some inhales and exhales while we do this. Feel what's happening in the core as we do that. Nice. Noticing it feels a little bit different now, right? Inside edges, just start to play with all that, trying to find your safety in all of this. Okay, allowing the body and the nervous system to tell what we would like this workout that we're about to do to feel like. Okay, and then just shake it out. And then I'm just going to invite you to notice on the power of your feet and where you're grounded. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just come on up to the balls of your feet and then heels back down. Keeping that core on, we just taught that core to be on. So we're going to go ahead and just notice what that feels like. If you wanted here, you can always take this to a heel toe walk. Okay, and I just want you to notice what happens. This heel toe walks are nice and narrow, so we're not walking out. They're like going to be heel toe. So pretty close to your heels coming to where your toe is, or you're staying stationary and feeling that. Okay, awesome. One more thing before we get to this final like little warm up is I want us to think about our upper back, okay, and how it is going to help us in this. So from here, we'll just do some shoulder circles to feel those shoulder blades. Okay, just noticing. Maybe we were breathing into there, right? So can we even like take inhale, exhale, whoo, and feel that openness up in this chest, this rib cage, and the upper back. Okay, what we're gonna do is just take this right here and find your feet in a good neutral position. And I just want you to feel the smoothness of this, not the shoulder shrug, okay? But just elbows are gonna go back, and we're just coming in here. And just invite you to just start to speed those up. And I want you to start to notice, could I start to add a little bit of hips back, knees forward, ankles forward? Okay, and finding a nice breath here. Thinking about what's happening on the inside edges of those feet and noticing that that can just turn on my core a little bit. All right, from here, start to add the toes, heel toe, heel toe. Can you make it smooth? I'm not leaving the ground, but I'm just finding my core on, the right amount of core to match the floor. We've talked about that before. And that core tendon reflex, or guard reflex, right? We're just always noticing the stress that's involved. If it's available to you, you can start to make this into a jump, but only if it feels safe. Okay, so we're just taking a moment to make sure that we have the whole body involved when we start to get into more of this explosive, powerful work. Okay, so take a moment, pause. My favorite thing to do here is to connect with my body after that. Imagine what a powerful tool this could be. We just kind of got our heart rate up, right? Our breath rate is up. And then once we kind of grab control of that, and the way we do that is with our breath, so that's a really good recovery tool for you. Start to come into your body and notice the energy that you've created. Like, what is this feeling like, right? Is there new sensations in there? I mean, I like to do this midday if I'm feeling a little sluggish, just to let myself kind of feel into that energy that might be held, and then give it a chance to express itself, and then feel the other side. So even notice your feet are a little bit more rooted. We feel a little bit more connected. If you go to those ankles, there's more space. If we go to our knees, there's more space. To our hips, to our core, our rib cage, our shoulder. Okay, and even in our mind, we have more space. Does that feel good for you, right? You could do a couple sets of those. There's some good homework. If you just, you're tight on time and you need a little bit of an energy reset, or you want to get movement in, this is going to be so good for you in your movement and help you to subconsciously start to pattern and hold your body in different postures as you go through your day. And then when you do come to your workouts, it's going to be a natural subconscious way to show up to your work. Okay. So we are going to go ahead. We're going to do, what are we at for time? Yeah, we're going to make this like an 8-minute workout. Okay. So 8 minutes, and we have 4 moves. Okay. So all of these are kind of building up to be explosive in a burpee. All right. So you're going to grab one kettlebell, or you can do this with 2, but I'm going to show it with 1. Okay. If you want to advance that, you could do this obviously with 2, or you could do it with 2 dumbbells. Okay. So I'm just going to get this timer going, and we're going to use the first bit, just like I'm starting the timer right away. The first round will be a little bit of, a test and see how it's feeling. All right, so we're going to do 6 reps of everything. So go ahead, get your medium-sized bell. We are going to be pressing it. So with 2 hands though. So a little bit different than if you have 2, you've been here a bit, you can play with that for a minute. You can pause the video and then find your number and then get to work with us, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Just going to check, make sure you got your weight there. Yep, we're good. Okay, and let's go ahead. And the first one is going to be an RDL. Okay, so what we're looking to do here, you're going to get 6 reps here, is turn on everything that we talked about. And the way that we know that this is done right is we're just pushing the hips back and then pressing out. Okay, so you're going to inhale back and exhale up. Okay, and we're just feel that nice stretch. You want to feel that pull of those hamstrings on the seat bones. 6 of those, then you can put that down. You're going to grab this bell by the front, bring it up in here. All right, and we're going to go for 6 reps here. And we're going to add a little dip. Okay, so we're going to add a quick dip, press out, quick dip, press out, quick dip, press out. Very quick. We don't want this to look slow and then up. We want to keep that torso upright. All right, 6 of these, then bring this out front, and we're going for 6 squats. Open up those hips, keep that chest open, find your spaces, use your breath. Good. Put that weight down nice and safe, and now we're going for 6 burpees. Okay, whatever those look like for you. Patterning out an RDL, a squat. You can add a push-up if you choose, and you decide on how you're getting up, but add that jump up at the top, even if it's just up to your toe. Okay? Now, if you're doing it with the lunge, get 3 on each leg, so both are getting the mobility. Reminder that you have the option to put that knee down, find yourself here, and then jump. You also have the option to be here, 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 right? Whatever feels right, you can lower that to the right level of floor. Once you've done 6, you're back to the top. 6 RDLs. Catch your breath. We're moving consistently at our own pace for 8 minutes. Stepping over that kettlebell. Inside edges. Now, if you're not at the same pace as me, that's okay. Just making sure you're staying connected to your body. I want to make sure I'm in the camera. So thinking about the feet, open up those cheekbones using an inhale. Spaces, exhale, push away the floor. 6 reps. Good, you can put that down, come in here. We're gonna add that quick dip. I really love, this helps us to train finding our tension right away. Quick dip, quick dip. Get that head through the window of the arms. Careful the rib cage doesn't pop out, and we don't want that weight out front here. Okay? Take time with each rep. 6 reps at a time. That's all you need to focus on. Don't worry about the next one. If you need a little reset before you go to your front squat to make sure you're in good posture, please do that. Opening up your hips, keeping the ribs stacked over top of each other. Good. Put that weight down nice and safe. Find yourself in the burpees with a push-up, without, whatever's feeling safe for you, whatever creates space for you. Now, noticing creating space, and if you add a push-up, that's super important to just smooth it out and come back up while you're in a good posture. Common fault in this is that we get here and we do, oh, we add in, right? If you think if your push-ups are doing that, I invite you to inhale into them and exhale. Just invite that and notice where the inhales and exhales want to be for you, without the mind trying to go, is this one an inhale? Is that one an exhale? In this one, we're just feeling spaces. We're just noticing what's available. And if it doesn't feel good, take the push-up out. Just find what feels good for you. Then we go back to the top again. Okay? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it with the kettlebell here. All right, let me tell you how much time you have left. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So you're working at your own pace. All right. Checking in on those feet. Checking in on the breath. Really feeling the stretch. I tend to go through these too quick. I just caught myself that I'm not actually using this for the work I wanted. Hey, I really want to feel that opening up in the back side of my body while my rib cage is down. Now, just find it and don't overthink it and slow down. Find the smoothness in it. Find the trust. Okay? And then we're going to go to those push-ups. If you can see this bell out front, then we know that we haven't loaded it up right. Good. And then bringing this out front, grabbing the floor, inhale, exhale. And I really encourage you to notice when you've had the intention of creating spaces and connecting to your body, that rather than workout getting harder and we are more connected, okay? And that you're gripping in and you're like, oh, closing in, can't breathe, restricted. You're actually like, these are getting easier. They're getting, I'm sweating and my heart rate's up and I am moving forward and I am challenging myself, but I'm creating more spaces in my body so I can keep going at a pace that feels good for me and a movement that allows my body know that I'm capable of this. I'm not taking reps in the direction of disgust and growth, and I hate this. I'm taking reps into the direction of loving on my body and feeling in control, in love, and noticing the energy that that brings into my body. Let me see where we're at. 1 minute and 45 seconds. Get done what we can. All right. Now, if you had more time, you could do a couple more reps, okay? Or minutes, or ideally I had this as a 15-minute workout, but on our timeline today, this is what we have available. And that's what I want you to also realize. that if you only have 8 minutes, you only do 8 minutes rather than not do it. If you only had 6, if you just had 3 rounds, perfect. Okay. Make it work for you. Feel your spaces. Remind yourself of your intention. Quick dip. Really noticing that quick dip, knees, ankles forward, hips back, rib cage stacked. Opportunity to feel that alignment and trust it. Inhale and exhale. In the squats, make sure that weight doesn't sit on you. Feel in your power. Take breaks if you need. Being so kind in this movement that every rep feels like a gift to you, okay? You feel excited about what's available to you, the spaces that you have in your body. Remembering you can be doing those. And then full extension. It's teaching your body where we're going. Keep going, 13 seconds. I think I can be able to finish out these burpees. Now it depends on what day you're in, right? What are you showing up with? There's the timer. There's the timer. Take a moment and feel the other side of it. Touch in on your breath. Letting it express itself. Noticing that maybe you feel more sweat happening when you're done. Maybe a surge of different air. Letting whatever needs to happen, because we just brought the body into some stress. And it's really important to let it know that we are finishing this stress cycle. That is what we train here. We train that we want to come into stress where we feel safe, and then have this trust that once we're done here, that we know we're going to fully give permission to digest and express and let go any of this survival energy that has come here to help us be a bigger, better, stronger version of ourselves in this moment. And then when we have this time right now to allow that to feel safe, that we can get into challenges and know that we're still honoring and listening and staying intentional and being aware of our body and just being excited about where it's at in each single rep, that's where change will happen. That's where spaces happen. That's where this new invigorating energy can happen. And workouts start to feel different when we are using these spaces, using our breath, something that is just meant for us, this tool. We're connecting with it. We're learning how to use it, learning how to use these bodies. They want to operate for us in the most delicious way. And the way they do that is to find themselves in stress, to challenge themselves. But those challenges will only upload if we are aware while we're doing them of what beliefs we're putting behind them. And so burpees, I feel like, are a beautiful place for this, because when we go to do burpees, our thoughts behind burpees already set a subconscious belief that we are going to be triggered into a certain body posture, certain sensations, certain thoughts, certain images, certain emotions. And so when we can take this, and this movement was really great because those RDLs, those push presses, those squats were helping us in a loaded way to help us find that expression and the safety without the load and just gravity in ourselves to find that burpee. And so just taking a moment to just process that and notice how good you feel right now. No matter what you got done today, it is kind of fun just to go. And if you don't know, because I really don't know how many rounds we did, I'm going to say maybe 4. But like 24 burpees you just did, if burpees weren't your thing, 24 of everything you just did, right? Like just take a moment and process that. So 24 times 4 Oh my gosh, we're gonna make me do 8. Yeah. We got like 100 reps. Okay, and they're 8 minutes, or we'll say like 24. Yeah, it's like pretty close to 100 reps because it'd be 25. Thanks for listening to my math. Anyway, I just invite you. I do need to log this off, but like I invite you to spend as much time as you can just in this space of feeling the other side of this and just like letting go and even letting the mind go. Because once you've like digested what this meant for you and these aha moments, I invite you just to kind of let that go and then just see if you can be still and just be. It's a good challenge. It's a tough one in our world today. So I invite you to just pause. Like this will probably just shut off and just stay and be and enjoy what it feels like to just take all that outside noise and be with yourself. I love you. Have an amazing, amazing day.